Hey everybody, Joe with Bumbling Acres. Hope y'all are doing well. And it is the 18th. Can't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Think it's Tuesday. Might be Wednesday. No? Wednesday? Might be Wednesday. I don't know. My birthday's tomorrow, so you think I would remember. But hope y'all are doing well. Just wanted to touch base with y'all, and this video is why you should collect your own water. Why I think it's important. And it kind of goes along with, you ever seen people call like chickens the gateway like animal for homesteading? Wow, I need to shave. Chickens are called the gateway like animal because you get it and suddenly you realize, A, you can do it. Chickens are relatively easy to raise. And it starts putting in perspective the ideas that come along with, raising your own animals, and that there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it, but it's not this impossible task. And the reason I think you should collect water, if you can, like I said, check your state and make sure their draconian stupidity allows you to. I know in California they don't allow you to collect your own water. Indiana, where we live, you do. And for one, it's raining right now, obviously. We've got some storms coming through. We're all under the lockdown of Corona, but this tote was practically empty this morning. It had maybe 10 gallons in it. And it is almost completely full. And my patch that's connecting these two together is working, which was the question before this the roads. If you've been keeping up with my tote journey, when I stacked, I developed a problem with vacuum forces and actually put this connecting line in so that when I empty the bottom one, it doesn't cause a compression problem. But why it's important to collect your own water, because it puts things in perspective. I don't have to pay the city to feed my animals anymore. I'm not going to pay the city to water my property. I can do all that with the existing water that's falling from the sky. Now, there's a couple steps you want to go into. If you had a metal roof, and there's a couple systems in place that, the Amish use and a couple others, for drinking the water. We have a, forget what they call it, shingled roof, and therefore I wouldn't want to drink the water directly out of it. If you have a metal roof, it's collecting and you put some filters in, generally this is distilled water that falls from the sky. It's the same process. Evaporation of the groundwater goes up and gets caught in cumulus clouds, accumulates enough, and then pours back down to earth. It is filtered, generally. If you live in an area with real high smog and crap like that, it may not be, and but generally, water that falls from the sky is good water to drink. It's the process of its collection that begins to be problematic. But I digress. Why is it important to count your own water? Because that, to me, is stability. That, to me, means, you know what? With everything going on right now, I have water. And I have it stored in an easy place. And I'm actually having to empty some of the totes that I've got because they're almost overflowing. And I have two 250, but I say 300-gallon totes. On the far side of my porch, you can see them. They're almost full, and those are connected together, so they're sharing it. So I have probably 200 more gallons of water before that starts to overflow. And I've actually have them hooked up with hoses and emptying into my pond right now. Because this storm through the night, if I don't do that, and I don't live myself, I'm going to wake up in the morning and have overflowing totes. I'll have too much water. And it puts things in perspective. Like, you can do this. You can keep your own water. It's actually next to our rabbit hutch, which is right here. And we use the rainwater for our rabbits. Honestly, our animals prefer the water. As we started, we noticed that the animals preferred to drink from the rainwater that we were accumulating than they did from the water from the faucet. So, woohoo, good for us. So, get into homesteading and realize your limitations aren't what they are. You can do these things. This morning, we didn't get it finished like I wanted to yesterday of enclosing our garden. Me and Gage did almost the entirety of it. The last quarter that's there, like on the other side of my, it's actually my compost bins, which I need to cover. But that's the last part before I have a fully enclosed garden space. Now, it's not going to keep any real large animals out, really, to me. It's just to keep my chickens out. But that, to me, is huge. This is not that hard. I kind of have some ideas of what it takes to be a good homesteader, and I'll put that in another video in the future. But I want to talk about, this is why you should collect water, because you realize so much you are given naturally in the environment. Like, you have to work hard. You've got to commit yourself to tasks. And it's taken a lot of work to get this stacking system up and running. The attachment to where it connects to my downspout, I had to rig one up using PVC pipe, and I had to cut into it and all kinds of stuff. It's taken a lot of finessing to get it to where it actually, most of the water is caught rather than dripping over. That's a video for another time. But I'm not a genius, I figured this out. You can do it too, and look at how much water we're collecting. Like, that's awesome. I almost have 300 full gallons of water ready, and it's about to go into the top one. I mean, it's falling from the sky. What we need, nature will provide. Now, we have to honor the way that nature works and cultivating it. But we can do this. Humans can do this. This isn't impossible. And especially as we go into this time of fear, with so much of society and chaos and questions about what's available, I don't have to worry about feeding my family. I don't have to worry about, the things that people who are relying on the stores to provide them. That's homesteading. I am secure, and I can't say I'm without concerns or worries, and I can't say I'm without stress, but that's part of life. That's okay. I'm without the external stress of, can I feed my family? That's a good thing. So, homesteading, collect water. It's huge. It'll put a lot of homesteading. It's like, you'll find out you have too much and you've got to work with abundance. Man, it's easy to overwhelm your water source and have to connect it into a place where you can drain it and put it where you want to put it. That's awesome, because it's just falling from the sky. And these water sources will still be available for me in weeks, 2 weeks. If I go without rain for a month, I still have enough water that I'm collected that I'll be fine. My animals will be fine. In terms of water, that's huge. So, homesteaders, collect water. It's an important step to put homesteading in perspective. This is Joe with Bumlin Acres, signing off.